Hi guys, how you doing? Let's talk real quick about registration of cars in Dubai. So you have now bought your car. Things are looking fine for yourself, right? And you want to go to the next step, and that would be putting the car on the road, right? Now, if you've bought it a new car or a second hand, no matter the situation that you have bought these cars, you know, the process pretty much remains the same. Now, I will just first mention one of the things that you will need to do. You need to do a simple checklist to see what documents that you have. Make sure that you have a couple of documents, and that would include your residence visa, your Emirates ID, you need it, and make sure you have a driving license. Make sure that you have a clear seller agreement, or you could also have the transfer papers from whichever state that you bought the car from. For example, like when you buy a car from Ajman or from Sharjah and you're transferring it, you have to have the transfer papers from that state, right? And then, now that your checklist is done, then you go on to the next step. Ensure that the testing is done. The testing will cost you about 170 dirham a year, and that will be done from a Tasjeel center. Look, another thing that you could please take care of is the costs that are involved in this thing. Now, for a new car or for a second-hand car, you'll be looking around 420 dirham, and you need to open up a traffic file as well. So you need to put aside 220 dirham. That is if you don't have a traffic file yet. So these are the costs that you might just find. And also be prepared to for the costs you can check out for the costs, the actual prices, you can check out Tasjeel centers. Tasjeel centers are places that you can have registrations, and they spread out all over Dubai, so you choose the one that works for you. They test the cars, and some of them have all the services where you can get insurance. Plus, I didn't mention, you also need insurance. So you go on and find an insurance company that can give you third-party insurance for that vehicle. Usually the costs are around 450 or plus, depending on the insurance package. All right. So these are the things that you need when you want to get your car on the road. So process is, once you have the test that has passed, they usually, So in terms of processes, the most things that you should take care of is that the car should pass the test, right? Ensure that it passes the test. And to pass the test, Tasjeel centers will give you all these parameters, and they'll give you a report. They test the car, you drive in there, you pay your 170, and you join the queue. And the engineers, or I should say the inspectors, will inspect all parts of the car, and if it's great, you pass. And if it's lacking a couple of things that are categorized as major or minor faults in the car, what is major, definitely you're going to fail. What is minor, maybe you might pass. So these things will apply if you're registering a car in Dubai, right? Some of the tips. Another thing is the plates, the number plates, that costs around 50 dirham. But anyway, in terms of the rates, that can only be, you can get the actual rates from Tasjeel centers, because things differ upon the person and their status, their traffic file or not traffic. No, they have a traffic file or they don't have a traffic file. All of these things, the final price, because there are also other charges like knowledge fee, there's registration fee. Some of these things you will find from Tasjeel centers. But what else you got to know is when you're living and working in Dubai, when your visa is in Dubai, that is the state that will give you the number plate. I mean, that's what matters. Where is your visa? If your visa is in Dubai, and then you will get a Dubai number plate, because it's your visa situation or your visa status that you're submitting to RTA. Okay. And so another thing, If you're buying, this process I'm just mentioning, we're discussing if you're buying by yourself and you're putting it on the road by yourself. But the process is a little bit different. It's kind of a little bit clearer and easier if you're buying from a showroom or a dealership, because most of these people or most of these businesses handle all the procedure for you. All you have to do is just hand over the documents. You give them the documents and they're ready to assist you in a couple of less than a short time, less than a day. They're able to have all the information registered for you. And another thing is, if you're buying from the bank or through the bank, these bank paperwork, signed paperwork from the bank, will be another requirement when you are registering the car. Okay, so these are some of the things that make registration of cars different. Yeah, so I hope this kind of clarifies something for my members who are asking, how do you get a car registered on the road on the Dubai number plate? I hope you find it a little bit useful, and please don't forget to subscribe if you have just landed. And I must take this opportunity to thank my people, all the people who have just taken time and subscribed to the channel, and you've been watching and you've been liking and you've been commenting on the videos. Much love to you, because without you, we wouldn't have reached this far. And we're on the road now to go and shoot to increase the numbers. We're trying to reach 1,000, and without your help, without your support, we wouldn't have been anywhere. So I'm just grateful, I'm so thankful that you have been watching my content, and you've been sharing my content, and you've been commenting on my content. So cheers and bye. Catch you on another video. Right.